All right, what's up, everyone? So we are here today for round two with this green-white Midnight Gone list in the Pauper format. You might be asking yourself what happened to round number one. Your boy here happened to have a little recording mishap, and I paused the video about 2 minutes into the first round. So we lost that recording. I'll give you a quick rundown. We jumped into a league, and as expected, we were immediately against the new Squirrel Storm deck. So they went first. In game one, they went to combo off on turn two, but we had an early Essence Warden down, and that Essence Warden saved our ass. Made it really hard for them to combo out. They would have had to have extra copies of First Day of Class or Chatterstorm. So they tried to combo off, didn't quite have lethal, and we had the combo ready for the next turn. So we took game one, game two, they went off on turn two, they did their thing, they killed us. And then game three, we once again had our combo ready to go for the third turn, but the opponent tried to go off on their second turn and they fizzled along the way and scooped up their cards. So we got the win in round one against the new Squirrel Storm deck. But we're going to go ahead and jump into round two, and I will see you guys there. All right, we have ourselves a match. We run the die roll. We will go ahead and play first. So here we got two lands, Arbor Elves, Commune, Nettle Sentinel, Sprout Swarm, Presence. It's not terrible. We have the Commune to find more stuff. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. See if the opponent also keeps 7. All right. So I'm going to lead on Forest and Arbor Elf. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn and get a look at what our opponent is playing. Basic Island. So probably blue-black fairies. Fairy Seer comes in. We'll see what they do with their scries. Opponent might think we're on Land Destruction or some other deck. Midnight Gone isn't super popular, so we might get them to tap out unwittingly and be able to combo them. So we drew a Vessel. We could play both the Commune and the Vessel out if we want to, or we could play out a Nettle Sentinel. I think I want to start with Commune and then decide if we want to go for Nettle Sentinel or if we need to dig deeper with the Vessel. So I'll go ahead and play the land and Commune. So we could take a bot for pretty much just screwed that one up. All right, we could have taken a Bodyguard, Journey, Nettle Sentinel, or the Utopia Sprawl, and I accidentally clicked on the Utopia Sprawl. I think that might have actually been the choice anyways. I'll go ahead and untap the forest, and we might as well go ahead and play the Utopia Sprawl. No. Oh, the choices. We'll go ahead with a Nettle Sentinel. I want to get extra pressure on the board. We'll go ahead and pass back. Keep the opponent a little off guard as to what we're on. Opponent attacks for 1 in the air. So they'll be able to counter up to a 2-drop this turn if they have a Spell Stutter. Another Utopia Sprawl. So I think I want to start with Utopia Sprawl. Or maybe we'll go ahead and go to combat and see if we can get in for 2. I think that might be better. Let's just go ahead and go to combat. We'll attack with our Nettle Sentinel. All right, in for 2. Now we'll go ahead and play out a Utopia Sprawl onto the back forest, and we will pay with the front forest. Hopefully that happened right. Yes, it did. So they do have the Spell Stutter sprite, and that is totally fine. So they'll counter one Utopia Sprawl. Go ahead and play out another one here. We could choose white just so that we make sure we have the right mana. Yeah, I think we'll do that just in case we don't draw planes for our Midnight Guard. We'll go ahead and untap this. And we'll play out the Vessel. Go ahead and say always yes and always yield to Nettle Sentinel's abilities. And we will pass the turn. Opponent preordains. Opponent goes bottom bottom. Plays basic land. Wonder if they're on mono blue here. I haven't seen any black sources. Opponent going in for 2 in the air. Unfortunately, they will be able to spell stutter a 3-drop creature now. So, Benevolent Bodyguard. That doesn't help us very much against their counter magic. I think we'll go ahead and crack this Vessel. So we can either get a land or another Vessel. I think probably another Vessel is going to be best here. So we'll untap there. We'll go ahead and go to combat. That way if they do have a spell stutter, we at least get in for damage this turn. Probably should have done that to begin with, but kind of new to this deck and still getting used to it, so. So we'll tap that. We'll go ahead and play the Bodyguard. See if they want to counter this. They do not want to counter that. It's fine. We might as well try to play this. They've probably got another spell stutter, but I don't know why it's not saving my auto yields and auto yeses there. Okay, Vessel actually happens. So we'll go ahead and pass to the opponent. Opponent goes straight to combat. In for 2. And they pass back, no land drop this turn. Well, I think we'll do what we said we wanted to last turn and actually learn a lesson. We'll go ahead and get in here with Nettle Sentinel. Might actually want to go in with the Bodyguard as well. I don't think it hurts. If they trade with a spell stutter spread, I think it's fine. But they do not, so we get in for 3. We'll go ahead and use this forest to crack our Vessel. So only thing we can take is the tree line. So we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll play that out. So we could play out the presence for value, but I don't think it's really worth it. We'll just go ahead and pass back to the opponent. Opponent going to combat for 2 again. Slow fairy beats. They do have 7 cards in their hand, and it looks like none of them are lands. We'll just go ahead and untap here. Fortunately, we're kind of running out of gas. We don't have any more search or dig, so we'll go ahead and play a land. We could play our Sprout Swarm or Presence just to get our Nettle Sentinel untapped. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we can play Sprout Swarm with buyback. And maybe that's what we want to do. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only need 5. Cast with buyback. So they go ahead and dispel that. It's totally fine. We get Nettle Sentinel untapped. Always yes. Always yield. Once again, yes. Okay, we'll go ahead and move to combat. And get in with both Nettle Sentinel and the Bodyguard. And we'll go ahead and pass back to the opponent. Opponent decides to keep the Fairy Seer back now. I don't know if they have a ninja. I don't know why they're deciding to attack differently. Maybe they want to trade for the Bodyguard next turn. Still no lands from the opponent. Uh, So we have enough to play both the Midnight Guard and the Presence if we want to. 7 cards in hand. I think it's really, really unlikely that they resolve. However, going for them would untap our Nettle Sentinel so that we can continue getting in for damage. So I think that's what we want to do. 1, 2, 3. Play a Midnight Guard. Yep, opponent counterspells that. We will play out a land. And I want to just go ahead and see if we can get a presence onto the battlefield. Might as well try to get some value. If they don't have any removal, this could be really good for us. Also, it untaps our Nettle Sentinel, which is still not listening to my auto yes. Okay, so we got presence onto an Arbor Elf. I'm not sure if that's good or the right move, but we'll go ahead and go to combat. And we will attack with... Are we okay with trading Fairy Seer for the Bodyguard? Probably not. I think just the Nettle Sentinel going in. And we'll go ahead and pass back. Opponent cycles and Ash Barrens. Let's see if they get a swamp, so they are blue-black. Interesting. So they've been lacking black mana this whole game. It's kind of probably been their bottleneck. Let's see what they have here now. If they have targeted removal, we do still have our Bodyguard. Opponent coming in with both creatures this time. Apparently they didn't like not having a good block last turn. So end step, we'll go ahead and activate this to create a 1/1 elf. And we'll untap. Another bodyguard is pretty decent here. We're going to go ahead and cast that guy before combat. Opponent trying to cast down our elf. We'll go ahead and sacrifice this guy. Give him protection from black. We'll move to combat. And we will get in with our elf. Opponent down to 7. Looking pretty decent. The opponent does have a lot of cards here, though. 2 mana, Gurmag Angler, not much we can do about that. I also have an Augur here. It's fine. Opponent in for 2. Started out that turn looking okay. It's not looking so great now. We'll go to the end step. We'll make another elf. Go ahead and play out the Utopia Sprawl here. Pick green. So do we still attack with everything? They are at 7, so presumably they block here, take 2, go to 5. So I don't think so, but we don't have a whole lot of turns that we can wait. But for now, we will just go ahead and pass back. Opponent just coming in with their flyers, just kind of as expected. For 2, they've got me at 6. It's a ninja. Back up to 6 cards in hand. They bring back their Spell Stutter Sprite. We'll go ahead and create another elf. It's a Journey to Nowhere. That's actually pretty good. So we can get rid of the Angler here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Oh, that is right. They do have a Spell Stutter Sprite. Well, we'll go ahead and make them use it. And we'll pass back. I think we are probably set to lose this game. We are also massively down on time because I am not playing fast enough. Opponent comes in with their flyers and their ninja. We'll go ahead and create another 1/1. And we will quadruple block on the ninja. So down to 3. Commune with the gods. We might as well see what we get. Opponent cast down on our Arbor Elf. We'll go ahead and activate our other bodyguard. And countering our commune. So we are unfortunately dead because they have 3 in the air. So good game to our opponent. We'll move to sideboarding. We only have 9 minutes to win 2 more games, which is pretty unfortunate. We're going to have to get lucky and combo off early to win in that amount of time, most likely. So against control, we do have Auramancers to get back our things they countered, and we have Evolution Charms to get back creatures they countered. Don't think Weather the Storm. I don't think Return to Nature is good. Oblivion Ring and Journey is probably not what we're looking to do. So here, what do we want to pull out? So I think some number of the ramp spells. So we could do like 1 Utopia Sprawl and 1 Arbor Elf. And then some number of the... We could probably take out Sprout Swarms and or Nettle Sentinels. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to assemble that many creatures on the board. So maybe we keep in 1 of the Sprout Swarms just in case and take out 2 Nettle Sentinels. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and submit like this. Definitely want to play first. 1 land, Sprout Swarm, Arbor Elf, Essence Warden. So this hand looks pretty great, aside from the fact that we only have 1 land. We're going to go ahead and throw this one back. Essence Warden, Arbor Elf, Commune, Presence. This looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and keep this one, and we will probably put back 1 of the Commune with the Gods, or an Essence Warden. Probably an Essence Warden. Gaining infinite life doesn't actually seem great against Blueback Fae. I would definitely rather just have creatures that combo. Opponent in the tank about their 7. And they go ahead and keep 7. So we'll keep this, put back Commute, put back an Essence Warden, I mean. That's what I said I was gonna do. Go ahead and start off with Forest into Arbor Elf. And we'll pass. Opponent Basic island, passes back. So we'll go ahead and Utopia Sprawl was forest. Opponent cycling off an Ash Barrens in response. Sure, buddy, you get your swamp. Put that there. For now, I kind of want extra green mana. Although it might be smart to go ahead and get white online. So we'll go ahead and choose white for that. Then we'll untap here. And we'll play a Commune with the Gods. We get Bodyguard, Utopia Sprawl, or Journey. Probably want the Bodyguard. And play out our forest and pass the turn. Opponent plays the swamp eventually. Looks like he's doing something here main phase. Chainer's Edict. So he's going to go ahead and make me sacrifice the Arbor Elf. That's fine. I did not really need that anymore. We've got 3 mana, all our colors. So we'll go ahead and play Commune with the Gods. We're going to tap both of these. Play with the other green. That way we can play Art of Bodyguard. So Auramancer, Arbor Elf, or another Bodyguard. I think an Arbor Elf is probably the best of this lot. So that we can go ahead and play our forest, play the Arbor Elf, and play the Bodyguard this turn. And we'll pass back. So opponent trying to destroy the Arbor Elf. I will go ahead and save it. Opponent follows up with Fairy Seer. So if we do draw our Midnight God, oh baby. If they do not have targeted removal in their hand, they probably lose the game, and I think we're supposed to go ahead and go for it. So there's that. We'll go ahead and untap our forest. Play Presence of God on the Midnight Guard. Doop doop. And do you have it, opponent? Don't do it. Don't you cast down. Brainstorm. That is unfortunate. That gives them a lot of looks at a cast down. And Edict won't do it because we have the Arbor Elf. They play land. Augur Bolus down to 1 blue mana. I think we might have our combo on lock. So always yield Midnight Guard. So they find a preordain. They might have fumes still to get them out of this. Essence Warden would be a really good draw. That way we can at least get infinite life right now. Opponent passing back. Opponent attacking for 1 and passing back. So we'll go ahead and Utopia Sprawl there, might as well. Choose green. And these do not have haste, so there's not a whole lot of reason to activate right now. We could go ahead and attack with the Arbor Elf, but it gets chumped by the Augur, so we'll just pass back. Opponent preordains. Play a dual land, go to combat. In for 1. And we'll go ahead and activate and see if they have a cast down. Does not look like they have interactions, so gonna probably make 25 or so right now. And I'll go ahead and pause the video. Alright, so we're back. We got 25. We got a minute, 3 minutes, 50 seconds left to win. So we might as well go ahead and play out the Essence Warden. We'll move to combat. Attack with everything but these two. So opponent does have Suffocating Fumes. We'll go ahead and activate in response so that we can gain infinite life, because that's going to kill our Essence Warden. We really don't have enough time to gain infinite life, honestly. So we might as well just let this happen and let all these die, and we'll go ahead and pass to the opponent. Opponent, Augur Bolus. Let's see if he can find removal for Midnight Guard or another Fumes. Snuff out. That is kind of gonna do it. So we have to go ahead and combo off again here. We only have 2 minutes left. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to win 2 games with that much time left. Gonna do, I guess 25 again, unfortunately. Just gotten into our clock, and I think the opponent's kind of using the Magic Online clock to their kind of unfair advantage. It's the downside of playing combo decks on Magic Online. Unfortunately, my computer is just not keeping up here either, so that's costing us additional time. And it's already over, but For shits and giggles here, we'll go ahead and combo off and at least feel like we got one game win in here. Actually, I don't even know if we have time to get one win in. And they play Echoing Decay. Alright, well, we've got 24 seconds left. It's not a whole lot of point to finishing that. Oh, we just lost. That makes sense. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite pull it out against Blue-Black Fairies, but we will be back for the third round. Eh.